Hello, Mrs. Fodio Spelling Group. This is Mrs. Fodio here, and I'm very excited to have you back to our spelling program. We're going to continue looking at plurals. Now, just a reminder that plurals means that there is more than one. So we're going to be looking at some nouns today and taking it from one noun to turning it into more than one noun or object. Now, we're looking at two different spelling patterns today, because when we create a plural of a word, we usually add S. Cow becomes cows. Dog becomes dogs, which are really easy. But sometimes we have to change the base word to add our S. Now today we're going to be focusing on plurals of words that end with Y. And this can be a little bit tricky because sometimes when we're looking at base words ending with Y, sometimes to turn them into a plural, we can just add an S. And then sometimes we have to do something a little bit trickier. Let me pick a color. And we need to drop the Y and add IES. But when do we know how to do that? What a great question, and I'm so glad you asked. So what we're going to do today is I want you to, before we begin color coding, is I would like you to type next to your word sort on your OneNote page, the base words, because the words in our word sort today are all the plurals. The work's been done for you. So I'd like you to write the base word. So I'm going to give you a moment to go and do this just like I'm about to show you. So the first word is plays. I'm going to type play. City, baby, pony, monkey. These are all the singular base word for the plurals that are in the word sort. So what I'd like you to do now is in a moment you are going to pause this video and then you're going to type these words next to your OneNote. Once you finish typing, then you're going to click play again and we're going to keep going. Okay, off you go, and I'll see you in a minute. All right, so if you've pressed play again, that means that you have written down all of your base words. Now, the reason I asked you to do that is so we can look at some of the spelling patterns in the base word, because that is going to tell you when you need to add an S or when you need to drop the Y and add IES. So what I want to do now, I'm going to take a different color highlighter because I'm not color coding at the moment. I'm going to use orange here. I want you to go and highlight the last two letters in each of your words, just like this, the last two letters. Now, looking at the word play, we have what two types of letters, a consonant or a vowel? Now, you would be correct if you said we had a vowel and then a consonant. Now, I know sometimes a Y can be considered a vowel, but we're going to look at it as a consonant today. When we look at city, we have a consonant, consonant. Baby, we have a consonant followed by a consonant. Pony, we have a consonant and a consonant. And then with monkey, we have a vowel and a consonant. Now, if we look at these words, when we turn them into a plural, I want you, as I write these words as plurals, I want you to see if you notice a pattern. Play becomes plays. City becomes cities. Babies. Ponies. Monkeys. Oh, there's our S. Now, have a look. Do you notice a pattern? This word here, plays, let me get my highlighter. Plays, I have just added an S. Monkeys, I've added an S. Do you notice something about the spelling pattern in the base word? Now, if you are thinking that they are a vowel followed by a consonant, you would be correct. They have the same spelling pattern. So, if you have a word that has a vowel followed by a consonant, you just need to add an S. Now I want you to focus on our spelling pattern here. So we've got cities that we drop the Y and add IES. Baby, we dropped the Y and added IES. And ponies, we dropped the Y and add IES. Do you notice something about the spelling pattern of the base word? If you said that in the base word it was two consonants, you would be correct. So when we have a base word that is a consonant and then the Y, that is when we need to drop the Y and add IES. So here are your instructions. What I'd like you to do today is now color code that word sort. So I would go through and I'm going to look for my drop the Y and add IES. Now the reason I've made you do the base word is because this is a really easy one to look at the I and highlight. But this part here is the really important part to help us with our learning. This is really important, looking at those spelling patterns between the base word and our plural. So I want you to go and color code that word sort, which should take you less than 2 minutes. What I'd like you to do below this word sort, and I've left a box for you, is to brainstorm some other words that aren't in this word sort. Really try to challenge yourself with your nouns and try and come up with some that follow the plus S pattern or drop the Y and add IES pattern. I'm really keen to see how many you can brainstorm yourself that aren't in that word sort. Very well done, my lovelies. Keep up the great work.